Well, what's up guys and welcome back. Obviously, this video is going to be on the Transit. So, if you saw my last video on the VW, you know that I am heading over the shop to actually do some work here on the Transit. Now, you may be asking, what is the big project that's going to take place? Well, a little bit of bad news. I'm having engine issues. Long story short, last time I was over at the shop, I noticed as I was coming back, she just started losing power. And I mean, flat out, I was barely able to top 45 flat out. And yeah, when I got back here, checked all the filters and everything, but one thing I have noticed is that she has a gallop on her especially when you're starting her up. Not really noticeable when she's idling, but when you start her up, you get that. So, yeah, hope you appreciate the impersonation there. But that's a good indication she is losing compression on one cylinder. And yeah, that's a problem. So I am spending just over a week over at the shop, about 10 days or thereabouts. I do have a couple of other projects to do over there, but I thought, you know what, this is a good time to get this sorted out. Now, I do have a surprise, and it's a good one. So you will see that later in the video, but yeah, this is just the introduction. And yes, that is a VW windshield. I really have nowhere safe to put it. So it's travelling around with me at the moment in the Transit. Yeah, it's not ideal. My plan was to put it up in the attic, then I realised that I can't actually get it up in the attic safely. So yeah, that's basically what I'm up to. So next time you see me, I will be at the shop and explaining exactly what I've got over there. Well guys, obviously here I am now at the shop, and there is my surprise. Camera right. So, oh yes, what we have is a new old stock factory Ford crate engine. 0 miles on it. Well, things are going good. The full gasket set doesn't have all the gaskets. Also missing this one here. I'm going to have a mooch around. I might have to make that one as well, which is going to be a right pain in the ass. But it's just like a little thin metal shim, either that or put a blanking plate on, one or the other. But yeah, for now let's just concentrate on this one up here. Oh, that one up there. And there we go. Thankfully still got some old-fashioned skills there kicking about. Oh, a little bit of something interesting. There is no rocker cover gasket on the valve cover. Yeah, you remember way back when I was working on the Transit originally, same thing. No valve cover gasket. Huh. I've got one, that is in the set, thankfully. So let's get that put on. Oh, if you're wondering, I've just given the exhaust manifold a quick coat of VHT. So, yeah. So obviously, after I cleaned up the valve cover, I had to give it a coat of my favourite Rust-Oleum gunmetal. I don't know, I've just got a thing for painting things, but it looks better. So I'm going to leave that to dry. I may actually just go and have some lunch. So, valve cover is now painted and nicely dried, and there we have one nice new gasket. This is one of the more modern ones, rather than going with like the cork style. It's like rubber with, it's like ribbed rubber, she said. I think what I'm probably going to do is well, I'm not doing it now, but when I do bring the van in, I think I'll get rid of that crate to begin with. I think I'll lift the engine up and I'll just set it onto that pallet truck for the moment. And that'll give me the ability to just move it about. And then I'll get the old one out. I'll get the van in, start stripping the old engine out. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. A heavy old lump, see that. I don't know the exact weight of one of these, but I bet this isn't far away from the small block Ford 5 litre. You know, I bet they're in the same ballpark. Anyway, that's it for tonight. I'm just going to pack up and yeah, we'll get back to this as soon as I've got that spigot bearing. Oh, one thing that I did forget to mention, the engine is actually completely full of oil. Which is a good thing because it means it's kept all the internals nice and lubricated. But before I start it, I will have to drain the oil. What I might do is before I put it in, just lift it up on the hoist, just drop the oil out of it. And the other thing is this has got an adapter on for an external oil cooler, engine oil cooler, which I do not have, so I will be removing that. Good morning, guys. Yes, it is the following day. Well, actually, technically it's 2 days later. My pilot or spigot bearings have arrived. I say bearings because I had to order 2 of them. Where are we at? There's a little tab at. And it's a charming 45 degrees this morning. Oh. Come on, Amazon, what are we doing with this package? I can't bring in the damn thing. Just a moment. Okay, there we go. Now obviously, like I said, bearings, because there's 2 there. Only place I could find that had them, you could only buy them in 2s, but it doesn't matter. You know what? I've got them now, so yeah, that's the wheel for the power steering. Now, yeah, got that one. Just cleaned it up, give it a quick coat of paint. But yeah, I'm not actually going to put these in until I've got the engine out. Reason for is I want to be 100% that these fit. They should fit the back of the engine, but I want to make sure they go on the input shaft of the gearbox. So yeah, let's begin by getting things moved around. I'm going to move the engine outside until I get the van in the old engine out. So yeah, let's get all that sorted and then we'll get on with it. God, it's cold this morning. Okay, we have a space cleared. Let's go out and see what she's like. That's the sad part about this. She starts so well. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's get her in and let's make a start. And there's the problem. Don't know what that's showing up like on the camera, but that's a nice blue smoke there. and there's only one thing that can cause that, and that's oil being burned. Oh well, we give it the best shot. Well, here we are. So I'm not really not going to shoot a lot of video taking the engine out. I mean, there's not a lot of point to it. You know, vast majority of people watching this know how to take an engine out, and this isn't a how-to take a 2.5 banana engine out of a Transit. But yeah, so yeah, what I'm going to do, oh, I know what I've forgotten to do. My plan had been to get her out onto the slope and get her up a little bit, get the radiator drained out there before I pulled her in. Yeah, this cold start of the morning's kind of frozen my brain a little bit, so yeah. Anyway, but yeah, back to the main, I'm not going to be shooting too much video. It's basically, this is more just you know, what's happening to the van, so to speak. So let me get it pulled forward again, we'll get this radiator drained, and yeah, we will pull her back in and we'll start dismantling. Well, we've been battling away there, and to say it's less than a year since I put this engine in, god damn, it fought me all the way. I mean, the starter motor, it's 6 months since I put the starter motor on, and yeah, it has been let's just say, uncooperative. Anyway, everything's loose now. I'm going to get the engine hoist in. Well, first of all, I'm pulling everything into the doorway because it's, you know, starting to rain. I mean, I can't do anything without it raining. I mean, it wouldn't be a video without at least one shower of rain. But yeah, I want to get it pulled tonight. So tomorrow morning I can just open the door up and I can just make a start with it straight away. So I'm going to get the chains on and then we will take it from there. And the rain is increasing. Wonderful. Well, oh, damn. 2 8mm bolts on the bottom of this goddamn transmission. Over an hour to get them out. They fought me every step of the way. And the moment they popped, engine straight out. God damn. Yeah, I'm out of breath. So, I'm going to just pull this out, drop it down for tonight, and then call it. I think it's about 6. And sun is starting to head off towards the horizon there. Sunset's at 7:20 or something, so by the time I get this pulled out and the tools and everything picked up, yeah. But this was easier taking out, when I took this out of the blue van, the blue Transit, it was easier taking it out with the transmission attached. I wished I'd done that now. And it was certainly, I mean, there was 2 of us, so that does make a difference, but still, it was easier taking it out of that other van with the transmission attached. So, anyway, let me get this finished and then just pack up for the night. Good morning. Well, sun's shining. It's still a little bit on the chilly side, but we're back at it anyway. So I think the first thing I'm going to do this morning is, before I do anything else, is just break down everything off that the old engine that we need on the new one. So just get some wrenches and everything over there and we'll get to it. Oh, we're definitely moving along there. I've been out here, it seems to be, for a long time, and mainly just transferring stuff over. Filter housing, blah blah blah. Got the engine mount on this side. That little thing down there, That's for an oil pressure gauge. I am putting an oil pressure gauge in. What else? Oh, new oil filter down there. So, other than the wiring harness, this side of the engine is basically together. So, I'm going to go grab some lunch and then I'm going to start working on this side. Well, I'm packing everything up for the day. Obviously I haven't done anything in there, but I've just spent the day primarily transferring stuff over to the engine. Fuel filters, fuel system, all the pipe work and everything, all the water pipes. And obviously I've got the fan off here now. Yeah, that's it, everything is off. Clutch and everything. I'm just using the clutch that I already had because it was relatively new. It wasn't an old clutch, so there's no point in replacing that again. But yeah, obviously I will take the water pump off. The high pressure fuel pump, that'll come off. I don't even know what brand this one is. The other engine is a Bosch, which from what I understand is the better one. It's hard to see. I don't know. Oh, I don't remember what went there. I'll have to double check that when I get the engine put back in. But yeah, it's basically that's it done now. So yeah, like I say, I'm just packing up for the night. I'm tired. I've been out here since basically daybreak. It's almost 4 now, so I think that's been long enough. Yeah, tomorrow we'll just get back to it and we will get the engine installed. So, see you tomorrow. Well, it's morning again. Early morning. Sun's just come up. Yeah. The plan is, I don't have one. I'm just going to get on with things and hope it works out by the end of the day. Oh, somebody must be in here. There's an extension cord running around the front of the van. Anyway, let's get this open and get on with it. So I have the engine harness out now. So there are some stragglers here. There's a couple down there as well. These are bits that they're used, but see that one there? These are connections that originally went to the air conditioning. So obviously I did not put the air conditioning back in because the entire system was just shot. But yeah, so I'm just going to remove these from the harness and then just tidies it up a little bit. That's it now, it's all tidied up there. I have actually just left 2 connections in. Not that one, where's it at? Where is he at? I've lost him. He's not there, that's not him. That's not him. I thought I'd left 2 connections in here. Him. This guy here runs an electric fan. There is a thermostat. Actually no, there's not a one on this engine, is there? Oh, there will be because it's on the radiator hose. So yeah, there's a radiator hose that goes onto here and there's a thermostat in it. So I have left the wiring for the, wherever it is, I have left the wiring for the thermostat. Then if there's if there's ever a point where somebody wants to put an electric fan on it, the wiring's already there. So yeah. So let's get it put onto the engine now and then we can start lifting the engine into place. Well, that's it. Harness is all connected. Everything is on except for the power steering bracket. I will put that on once it's in the vehicle. Just doing a final check to make sure I haven't forgotten anything. Yeah, I think we're ready to start shoehorning her in. Well, she's almost there. Engine mount, oh, she's all connected to the gearbox. Take two. Well, she's almost there. All connected to the transmission. I have got to go around and nip everything up. I haven't got everything tight yet, but all the bolts are in, bar the one on this engine mount here, because if you know these engines, the engine mount here actually goes back and also bolts to the bell housing as well as the block. So that's still to connect. Well, it's still to tighten up. There's the engine mounting, same on this side. Exhaust manifold to tighten up. Fuel lines to connect up, and harness to plug in. And yeah, she's in. Then it's just a case of putting everything back on. So yeah, it's putting an engine in. What can I say? Oh, obviously radiator hoses and everything to connect up. But yeah, it hasn't been too bad so far. It's been, about average. It's gone in easier than the old one came out, that's for sure. Anyway, I'm going to have a quick bite to eat, have 5 minutes, have a cup of coffee or something, and then we're going to get back. Well, just about there. Everything is now bolted in, buttoned down. Fuel is hooked up. Starter motor's in and hooked up. I'm just on connecting the alternator. Battery cables and everything are in. I'm going to get the clutch cable in. Once I got this tightened down, I'm going to get the clutch cable in. Then put the battery on and we'll give her a whirl over, see if we can get her to fire. Well, obviously she's running. I have had a lot of issues getting this damn thing bled up, but bled up now, and all of a sudden she just came around. Only thing I've got to address, I've got a water leak down there somewhere. So I've got that to sort out, but other than that, I think we're there. Well, here we are. I'm exhausted. There is no power steering at the moment, so I may end up having to just put the camera down. But let me go and put that other mirror right. I think I may need to adjust the clutch and feel it there. Well, here we are. Boy, the difference is amazing. She is quieter as well. I mean, way quieter. Well, it is a new morning, although somewhat hazy. So, unfortunately, I wasn't able to really hold the camera much last night when I did the test drive. But she is driving okay. Now, there are couple of things. First one is I do have a very slight fuel leak, and it's just the connectors. They're like a push-on connector. You press a little divot on the side and it pops the connector on and off. The pipes are seeping there, and there is nothing I can do about that. I mean, it's 30 odd years old, I don't think Ford ever envisaged them lasting this long. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically just going to take them off and just put a bit of fuel line on there. The other thing is the radiator. Also, the rubber seal that needs to be put back on. Power steering. So I have obtained a power steering bracket, the correct one. So I will be able to put the power steering back on and get that all sorted out. I need to find the belt. I don't know what I've done with the belt, which is kind of disconcerting. Obviously I've got the grille to go back on. I am going to, well, to get to the power steering, the easiest way is to drop the radiator off, and that's not too big a deal because I do need to put antifreeze in, and so yeah, I'll just do that with the radiator off. It'll give me the chance to, it'll just let the system flush out as well. So anyway, I'm going to get the door open, and we'll get the van turned around, and yeah, we'll get on with it. Well, here we go, her first cold start. Yeah. She sounds good. Okay, there's it all plumbed in and hooked up now. So let's just give her a quick fire up. On one side. Oh yeah. Couldn't do that earlier. Right, so that's that complete. Now down to this fuel pump. Well, that was leaking there, doesn't seem to be anymore. Let me just... No, perfectly dry. I wonder if it was just when I originally put the connectors on, just what was just... Huh. Well, so the other thing I've got to do, obviously I've got the front end to put back in, but I did forget to put this guy on. This little plastic plate, he's still to go on, so I'm going to get the jack on to get him jacked up, put this on, then I'll put the front end on, and then yeah, we'll call it good. Oh, I need to check the transmission as well because I don't have reversing lights. I noticed they weren't coming on, so make sure the plug just hasn't popped off the transmission. Anyway, let's get this done. What's up, guys? Well, having a nice walk in the countryside. So here's the situation. Remember the aftermarket fuel gauge I fitted? Oh god, I don't even remember. Was it this year or last year? Whenever it was. Well, it would appear that it's failed, and I'm out in the middle of nowhere. It's reading over a quarter of a tank of fuel, and I've just run out of gas. Ran out of diesel. There's no stations nearby. All of my buddies are away today, so I've got a nice long walk back to the farm, to the workshop, grab the Range Rover and go and get some diesel. Yeah. So there's probably going to be another video of me installing a new fuel gauge. Otherwise the van was running great. Vast improvement, but anyway, I need to save my cell because I'm supposed to be making a phone call at 10:30, and yeah, I've still got an hour's walk ahead of me. Anyway, catch you soon.